there's a Buc-ee's coming to Homa, Louisiana.
Welcome to the RRE Real Estate Podcast, where we discuss buying and selling real estate in black and white. Here are your hosts, Ben Harang and Clint Galliano.
Welcome to another episode of the RRE Real Estate Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Clint Galliano, and I'm joined by Ben Harang. Hey, Ben, how you doing?
Clint, good afternoon. I'm doing terrific, man. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. We did some running around. We actually met up in Thibodeau before I ran back to Homa, and we got set up to record this episode, trying to get all my I's dotted and my T's crossed. Got some more running around to do later on this afternoon, and then I'm taking a couple of days off.
There you go. Holiday weekend coming up. It's gonna be nice.
Yep. So what are we talking about today?
All right, Clint, we're doing a little something different today. We figured we'd have some fun. Not that we don't have fun every day, but we're going to talk about restaurants and rampant rumors. We're known for food, so we have a list of locally owned restaurants that we're going to talk briefly about, and we're going to address some rumors about whether things are actually coming to Homa, Thibodeau, what might be happening, what will not be happening, and what we know about the rumors. And some will be tongue-in-cheek, and some will be real. So we're going to bounce back and forth between Thibodaux and Houma. And I guess since I'm talking, I'll start off, Clint.
All right. And one thing to clarify, we're not going to leave you hanging on whether it's real or rumor.
We'll tell you what we know.
Clarify it.
Yeah. We're not going to start. We might be starting a rumor, but we'll tell you is whether it's real or not. So the first rumor, and these are not in any particular order. Don't take them as an endorsement, is strictly locally owned restaurants in and around Thibodaux and Homa that we know about or could find. If we miss somebody, I apologize. Let us know, and we'll clean it up on another episode. If we leave you out, just let us know. You know, we trying to do something, and like I say all the time, the only person that doesn't make a mistake is the one that doesn't do anything. So here we go. We're going to start off with a longtime Thibodeau staple, formerly known as Balella's Restaurant, Politz's Restaurant on St. Mary Street in Thibodeau at the corner of Landry and St. Mary Street. I probably spend a little too much time in Politz's. Good seafood, Italian restaurant, family style. I've been there a lot, and I'll probably be there a lot in the future. All right, Clint, you up.
Seemed like the only thing that changed about Politz's when it changed from Balella's is the name.
They kept a lot of the same dishes, that's for sure. They might have changed the carpet.
All right. So on the Homa side, talk about Spigots. So Spigots is a brew pub. They've got a pretty decent menu. They've got some, I guess you could almost call it a gastropub. They work really well on coming up with intriguing dishes, and they brew their own beer, along with having a variety of domestic and international beers on tap and a full service bar. They're downtown off of Barrow, and they're also available to rent out for parties and events and stuff. And the food's good.
Okay. Well, good on Spigots. Next one on our list in Thibodeau is Gina's at the Legion. That's Gina's Restaurant at the American Legion home in Thibodeau on St. Mary Street at the bypass. Again, I spend probably too much time at Gina's. We have a regular lunch there, and good home style cooking. It's locally owned people. All these are locally owned, but they have daily specials, noon and for lunch and supper. So if you hadn't tried them, check them out and tell them Ben sent you. You're gonna enjoy it.
All right. Next up is Lumiere, and that's downtown Homa on the Bayou side. We actually had a Christmas party there one year for the brokerage. They have delicious food. We've eaten there a couple of times, and it's really good. It's a great atmosphere. Sometimes they'll have musicians in there singing and playing on top of the food. It's a great atmosphere. So that's one to check out.
It is. Next up is Spars Downtown on West 4th Street in Thibodaux. A Spars started in the Zalmans on Highway 90 And actually, after that restaurant burnt, and I'm not going to even guess the year, they opened multiple locations in the area. And Thibodaux is one of the few that they kept open after they rebuilt the restaurant in the Zalmans. And it's just the same good fried seafood restaurant that we know and love as far as was in the Zalmans. It's been in Thibodaux now, I think, 20 years. So it's become a Thibodaux staple downtown. If you're downtown and you're walking, you don't have to move your car. Just walk up to it, have some breakfast, lunch, or supper, and enjoy good local.
Yeah, so one of the other locations they opened was down in Galliano on what the locals call the 4 lane. It's in the truck stop there, across from the Walmart. So, if you happen to be heading to Grand Isle or down in that area and feel a craving for some spars, you can get it there. And it's the same thing like spars downtown or the original in the Zalmans. All right. Next on the list, we've got Boudreaux's and Thibodeau's. So, on top of the jokes on the table, all the Boudreaux and Thibodeau jokes, they've got great food, great atmosphere. And it's just, it's a tourist destination, but it's still a lot of the locals go there on a regular basis. It's one of the few places that my kids don't mind going, that because even if they serve seafood, my kids still like to eat there because they normally don't eat seafood, and they still don't eat it, but they like the food there and the atmosphere.
There's other options.
Correct.
Nice place. The next one on the list in Thibodaux is the Alumni Grill. They had a fire a few years ago and they opened up. Within the last year, reopened. Outstanding food between Thibodaux near Lafourche Crossing on Highway 1. Ample parking, fairly quick service, good food. You will not be disappointed at the Alumni Grill.
And speaking of that, there's 3 restaurants, not necessarily locations, but 3 of these restaurants on this list between both areas have burned down. Trivia question: what's the third?
What's the third one? I'm looking. I don't know. What's the third one?
I'll let you know when we get to it on the list.
All right. You up.
All right. Next, we've got Big Al's. So Big Al's Seafood. I'm trying to think of what it used to be. I don't remember what it used to be. I think it used to be Savoy's restaurant.
Okay.
And then it became Big Al's. So Big Al's is popular for its classic Cajun menu, but also for its boiled seafood when it's in season. It's another one of the tourist destinations. Good food, good atmosphere, great place to eat.
Clint, we may be turning into restaurant clinics, man. I'm not sure.
So this is one of the topics that I wanted to cover and talk about different places to eat.
Yeah. We
may have to go and film some content.
We might have to do that.
I think that might be supplemental.
Yeah.
And we can expense it.
All right. Next up in Thibodaux is Grady V's. Grady Verrett is in the Bayou Country Club right outside of Thibodaux. He opened up, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. How long you been there, Grady? Time flies.
Grady's been there a long, long time.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just take a harassment shot at Grady right now. The sign at Pepper says coming soon. Been there for 4 years, Clint? Downtown Thibodaux. Hadn't reopened, I think, since Hurricane Ida. So anyway, Grady has great food. I'm messing with you, Grady. Great food at Grady V's. Peppers, hopefully it comes back, and you're not going to be disappointed in the atmosphere, the quality, and the service that you get at Grady V's. All right, Clint.
All right. Next on the list, The Shack. It's right off of Grand Caillou Road, just past where Prospect intersects with Grand Caillou. It's another classic Cajun restaurant. Good food. They also serve boiled seafood, and what's available is dependent on what's in season. So, everything you could think of. Again, really good food, good service, great atmosphere.
Okay. Next on the list in Thibodaux is Sinclair. Downtown Thibodaux, West 3rd Street. The Mike at Sinclair's does an outstanding job. I'ma just say I don't drink. What's that bourbon drink that with the sugar water in it, Clint? I'm drawing a blank. This is gonna be ugly.
Not the old fashioned.
An old fashioned. That's it. That's it. I don't drink an old fashioned, but they say people that drink old fashioned love the old fashions that Jeff makes at Sinclair's. Quality restaurant, cloth dining. Although it's one of the higher priced restaurants in town, it's the quality's always good. He's always making some changes. They did some refurbishing in the last year, shut down for a while and reinvented themselves. So Mike does a good job at Sinclair's. So if you want to treat your significant other to a nice meal, give it a shot if you hadn't been there. Sinclair's, downtown Thibodaux and West 3rd Street.
All right, next up is Cajun Meat Market. So this is a traditional butcher shop, but they also do ordered breakfast. So you can order all kinds of stuff: breakfast sandwiches, egg rolls, biscuit sandwiches, all kinds of stuff. They also serve daily plate lunches. On top of that, they'll do like a weekly specialty sandwich or wrap or something like that. So you have an option of the plate lunch option or whatever the special is, the two specials for the week are, and they'll usually serve that till 2:00 during the day or until they run out of food. In addition to getting stuff like stuffed boneless chickens, homemade sausages, all types of stuff. One of my favorites over there is the shrimp boulettes. So you can go pick them up ready to cook or pre-cooked or whatever you want. It's also a nice place for if you want to have a quiet business conversation. They got a little seating area off to the side. Go get your food and go sit down and have your meal and have your conversation.
Glenn actually introduced me to the Cajun Meat Market. Good place. All right. Next up in Thibodaux is another quality restaurant, longtime downtown restaurant, Freeman's Restaurant on West 3rd Street, not far from Sinclair's. There's two nice restaurants downtown. Cloth Napkin, again, it's on the higher end. And if you hadn't been to Freeman's in a while, go check them out. They were closed for a minute or two after Hurricane Ida, but they've since reopened and they're full bore. So nice atmosphere, just a nice place to sit down and relax and maybe have a glass of wine and enjoy some quiet time. All right, Clint.
All right. Next up is Hebert's Restaurant. So this one is, I don't know, I guess you could call it a hidden gem because unless you're using a GPS, it's kind of hard to find.
That's one place I've not been.
Again, traditional Cajun comfort food, white beans and rice, red beans and rice, gumbo, jambalaya, things like that, etouffee. You can get that there. Location is just off of Barrow. It's literally behind the old propeller shop where Highway 311 meets with Barrow Street. So you kind of got to cross Barrow and go find it behind that other building that's on that corner. It gets packed for lunchtime. There's parking all around the building. So you find yourself a place to park and get prepared to fill your belly with good food.
Okay. Well, good. I'm gonna have to make it a point to go eat there. The next one we could have put in the Rampant rumors, but it's a restaurant and I think it's happening. So I'm gonna say there's a rumor that the Grapevine from Donaldsonville is opening in the existing Flanagan's building on Audubon near Nichols. And I'm so confident that that's happening that I'm gonna say it's not a rumor. It's true. And the Grapevine is a local restaurant to Donaldsonville with outstanding food. But the fact that they're coming to Thibodeau to do what they do in Thibodeau just will elevate the level of restaurants in Thibodeau. I'm glad they chose to come to Thibodeau, but they'll be opening soon in the building on Flanagan's. So speaking of trivia questions, Clint, what was the Flanagan's building built for originally?
Probably before my time because it was at least as far back as when I was in that area. It was Flanagan's.
It was built as a Wiener Schnitzel in probably the 70s, the late 70s, if I had to date it. A Wiener Schnitzel. Never saw Wiener Schnitzel before or after or anywhere else in the world. Why I remember that, I have no idea.
Yeah, because back into like January of '86 is my earliest recollections of being in the area. It was Flanagan's.
Yeah. It's been Flanagan's a long time. It might have been Wiener Schnitzel for a year or two. So, all right. Back to Homa.
Back to Homa. All right. And this location is new for it. The Buttery Crumb. It's actually right before you get to our office.
Mm-hmm.
They're a breakfast place. They serve coffee, biscuits, pastries, sandwiches, that type of stuff. It's in the corner of the Canadas parking lot. Good food. People love it. People go out of their way to go pass by there and grab a cup of coffee before going on about their business. So it's another local place, locally owned. That's worth checking out.
Okay, cool. Next one in Thibodeau is the Willow Cafe at the corner of West Main Street. Not West Main. Main Street, West 3rd Street in Thibodeau and Jackson Street. It's going through a couple of iterations. It was the Weeping Willow Cafe, and then it changed to the Willow Cafe. And in June of 2025, the Benoit family bought it and kept the name and revitalized it a little bit. So it's under new ownership. I have not been there since they changed ownership, but it's kind of a soup and salad kind of thing. I'm not sure what they're going to do with it going forward, but it's an interesting place and you might want to check it out.
And so that's Jackson in Maine?
Yes.
Or is that is
Jackson
okay.
Jackson 3rd in that corner building.
All right. So want some more trivia?
Used to have a daiquiri shop in there you might have worked at, huh?
I used to run the daiquiri shop that was in that same building. I actually used to live there in that front right corner.
That's when you wouldn't have to fall outside the door to try to get home. You just fall into bed right there, huh?
That's right.
Imagine how life changes.
All right. Next up, Downtown Joe Coffee Cafe. This one is right down, I can't even think of the name of the plaza. They just finished refurbing it, put some lights over it.
Rotary Plaza?
Rotary Plaza, that's it. It's right next door to the courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee, sandwiches, beignets, ice cream, all kinds of different stuff. It's a good place to go meet people, grab a cup of coffee, hang out in the plaza. There's seating all over in there almost any time of the day, mornings, afternoons, evenings, whenever you want.
Good place. Good place. All right. Let's see where we are in Thibodeau. Big Mike's Barbecue Smokehouse on 308 Side the Bayou in the Mike Ory Center near Go Bears, the truck stop near 308 near Jackson Street. Big Mike's been around for a while now. He started in Homa, then he opened up in Thibodeau, and Ida took him out in Homa. Focused on Thibodeau, and he's reopened in Homa now. So we just wanted to give Big Mike's a shout out. The barbecue stuff is I've been known to just buy turkey and pulled pork by the pound over there, bring it home to eat or something, or eat it there, or watch a game. They have a sports emphasis, a big Nichols emphasis. If you want to watch a Nichols game, it's a great place to watch the game. Full bar, great people, good food, good service. Check them out if you haven't.
Yeah. So Mike's originally started out on the corner of Tunnel and Barrow, and that is the location that caught fire and burned down.
There you go. Okay.
And he moved on and built out the one over further down Barrow, just past the Civic Center.
Okay. All right. You got me on that trivia question.
That's all right. We even. All right. Next up, it's not directly in Homa, but it's in a suburb of Homa. It's Bayou Blue Po' Boys. It's more or less a hole in the wall po' boy shop. They serve lunch. Sometimes on the weekends they serve dinner. Good food, quick service. There's seating inside. A lot of people make their orders and pick them up and bring them to the office or bring them home to eat. Good place, good food, good pricing.
All right,
always
cool.
A good time.
All right, next up, Cajun Kids Burgers and Wings opened up. I'm I'm going to say a couple of years now in what old timers will remember as the Rinky Dink on St. Mary Street on the Bayou side, specializing in burgers and wings, among other things on their menu. They're high energy, from the New Orleans area. Guy came out and branched out and opened his own place here. Took a chance, and it's phenomenal food. Go check them out. I like the idea that they stretched out and came to Thibodeau. So I like to try to support people like that.
Nice. All right, next up, Canada Supermarket. And I know you're thinking, well, supermarket's not really a restaurant, but they serve lunch every day during the week. They've got a standard buffet line where they have a couple of different meal options with different entrees and sides. In addition to that, they've got some prepackaged meals, hot meals, and some a la carte options that you can get. You show up there at 11:30, and there's typically going to be a line wrapped all the way around past the deli counter.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say a life hack for that is to go to the a la carte section, which is in between the cafeteria line and the deli counter, and pick what you want and ask them for something off of the cafeteria line, and they'll put it in a thing for you, and you'll get served faster than the people in line.
There you go. You spent a little time there, Clint, have you?
I've been there a time or two.
Uh-huh.
So
all
good
right.
Food, good pricing, and it's just a stone's throw from our office.
Yeah, it's convenient. Next up, I'm a skip one and go straight to Rouse's Markets. Since you hit Canada's, Rouse's is all over, and they also have a deli where you can go in and pick up something fast and go, or you can pick it up and eat it in and dine in. Not fine dining, but the food's good. But it's quick and easy. It's all pre-made stuff. A lot like Canada's. I don't want to compare the two, but they each do their own thing. But you can walk into Rouse's and get a good meal fairly quick and get in and get out, enjoy it, and go about your day. So that's the local grocery stores. All right, Clint, you're up.
Next, we're back to another Grady Verrett property, and that's Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Ben talked earlier about the one in Thibodaux. It's got a big sign saying coming soon. I think that's been there for a couple of years, but lately on social media, they've been getting more excited and talking more about it. So I think they're getting ready to open up.
We could have put that in the rumor section, the rampant rumors.
I'd venture to say that within the next 6 months, they're probably going to be open.
Yeah, I think he's focused now.
So there's also a location off of Corporate. Is it Corporate?
Yes.
Yeah, Corporate and Enterprise. Yeah, Corporate and Enterprise, and it's Pepper's Pizzeria and Piazza Bar. Kind of two separate entities, but combined as the same building. Great food, great service, large building, lots of seating. A lot of times there's still a line to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So life hack for that is to get there early.
That's a good life hack for any of these.
This is true.
Getting there early. All right. In Thibodaux, Raceland, I think they still have a location in Homa, is La Casa del Sol, Mexican restaurant. In Thibodaux, it's located adjacent to Lowe's on the road on the side of Lowe's in the back. You can drive in from the Lowe's parking lot straight into the La Casa parking lot. Mexican restaurant, great food, quality service. You can get in and out relatively quick. Might even enjoy a margarita or three and see what happens. Usually not real good, but it can be fun. So that's La Casa del Sol, Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, it's in between Lowe's and Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
On the backside, behind the strip mall.
Yes. All right. You up, Clint?
All right. Next we've got, and I'm not sure if they're open in Homa yet, but they're fixing to open, and it's Bingo Seafood. I'm familiar with this restaurant because they're open in Morgan City. They're a longtime staple in Morgan City. I don't know what the menu is going to look like here, but in Morgan City. It's a combination of locally styled seafood and Chinese offerings, Chinese food.
That's a different combination.
Yeah, and so we're not talking Chinese buffet seafood. It's like real local style seafood. So
Yeah.
we're excited to see that they're opening up in Homa. My wife grew up in Morgan City, and these people were right around the corner from her house. And so she's going to be excited to go order from them every once in a while.
Oh,
So
that's
I'm
good.
looking forward to it too.
That's good. So how about Blake's Deli? My good friend Blake
Ooh.
McDonald. Hashtag gas station food, which is exactly what it is. But if you find a more generous serving than they serve you, I would like to know where it is.
Yes.
It's hot. It's good. You're watching them cook it you can see straight into the kitchen. You can see who's cooking it. You can see what they're talking about. It's just wide open. It might not be good for you, but it sure is good. So Blake's Deli on the west side in the Jungle Casino Truck Stop, I think is what it's called, at the intersection of Highway 3185, commonly known as the West Thibodaux Bypass Road, and Talbot at the four-way stop sign.
Yeah, so just an example of the type of food they have. They've got catfish strips. They've got boudin balls. They've got meat pies. They've got sausage links. They've got smothered shrimp and okra. They've got red beans and rice or white beans and rice. They've got jambalaya. Sometimes they have gumbo. And actually, I stopped over there and grabbed a little bit of lunch before coming back to the office today. Most of the time, they've got barbecued ribs, but today I think they had fried ribs, which was the first time I saw that.
Wow.
But the barbecue ribs are like fall off the bone. So I can imagine the fried ribs are pretty much the same.
Yeah. If they cook it over there, it's good. That's
You can hurt yourself.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right, let's see what else we got in Europe. And your turn. I'm looking up something else that another one I thought about.
All right. So next on the list on the Homa side, we've got Mr. Po' Boy. They've got two locations. One, the original, is on Grand Caillou. They've got seating area and drive-through. The newer location is off of Enterprise, in between corporate and the roundabout. And both of them have seating area and drive-through, so you can call in your orders, go pick it up, bring it back to the office or your house. The term overstuffed po' boys is reflected here. You can eat a bunch of shrimp off of your po' boy and still have a piece of bread full of shrimp.
Sounds like Blake's po' boys.
Right.
Okay, another local restaurant in Thibodeau is Off the Hook, located on North Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux, and I think they have multiple locations. Might have another one in Gonzales. I think their tagline is "A real Cajun, real quick, or real fast." The Brett Morrow family, they do a real good job. The food's good. I hate to say it's fast food, but you can get it fast, but it's home cooked. So check out Off the Hook on North Canal. You can drive through or enjoy a meal in the ambiance on North Canal Boulevard.
Yeah, and just to throw in, they've also got a location on St. Charles Street in Homa.
Okay. All right. I knew they had multiples. I wasn't sure exactly where they were. And I think the last restaurant of the day, I think, and I'm sure we missed some, and I apologize. Let me know if I missed you. I'll apologize, and we'll talk about you next time, is Lynn's Chinese Buffet on North Canal Boulevard in Thibodaux, where in the same building where the original Walmart was located behind First American Bank. They're in that building. So it's a different kind of Chinese buffet. So I enjoy it occasionally, and good stuff. It's easy. It's cost effective. If you need something quick, you can walk in, load it up, and enjoy it.
For anybody that's been in and around Thibodeau for a while, Lynn's is the equivalent of Gwen Wong's.
Right.
Everybody's been there at least once or twice.
To Gwen Wong's place. Gwen Wong opened the first Chinese restaurant in Thibodaux, I think, and she worked it hard. Sweet lady. All right. Now we get into some fun stuff, Clint.
Rampant rumors.
I can't believe social media would enhance or encourage rumors that we're going to talk about. All right. You take the first one.
All right. There's a Trader Joe's opening up in Rienzi Shopping Center in Thibodaux.
Really? Really?
Really? And for those of you who go, what's a Trader Joe's? And it's basically a bougie cousin to Aldi's.
Yeah. And we said we're not going to leave you hanging. But is Trader Joe's coming or not coming?
So after doing some research on the Trader Joe's website, Thibodaux, Louisiana is not on the list of coming soon locations.
Right. So I'm going to say that's an unfounded rumor. Yeah. So the next one up is Tractor Supply. One in Shreveport, one in Raceland. And there's a rumor going around that Tractor Supply will be repurposing where Big Lots was on North Canal Boulevard, also in the same building where Walmart was. That I never thought people would go that far north to go to Walmart when they opened. How foolish was I? But Tractor Supply taking over that spot, and Clint and I talked about this before, about Tractor Supply going into a strip center that with the way they market their stuff outside in the parking lot and put up deer stands in the parking lot. Well, it's the old Walmart building, so there's a lot of parking in the front. And just because I talked to the landlord and confirmed that Tractor Supply is opening up in that location, basically the same building as Lynn's Chinese Buffet behind First American Bank. So for those of you that frequent Tractor Supply in Shreveport or Raceland, you may not have to drive as far because there'll be one right here. So that's always a good thing.
So interesting real estate twist on that. That's not, or at least not that I've observed, that's not the Tractor Supply model. They seem to follow more of the Walgreens model where, or the Dollar General model, where they'll go build a building, put up the store, and probably sell the building to an investor and then lease it back from them.
A freestanding building.
Correct. Yeah. Freestanding, not connected to anything. So I could see this as maybe as a less expensive toe dipped in the water to see if the market will support it.
A trial run.
Yeah.
Without having the expense of building a building. It'll be interesting. Lowe's back in the day had a place on the West Thibodaux Bypass Road and closed in the 80s. And then Lowe's opened in Homa. I guess they were open in Homa at the time. And they were out of Thibodaux, I don't know, 15 or 20 years, it feels like. And they opened up on North Canal again. And when they first opened, I thought they'd never stay open because nobody was ever there. And, well, the rest is history, like they say. And I can't talk about Lowe's without talking about the Thibodeau store. I got to give some local people a shout out. The St. Germain family came to Thibodeau a couple of years ago, and I try my best to stop there on my way to Lowe's sometimes. Maybe they can stop me from going to Lowe's if they have what I'm looking for. Nice hardware store. There's a lot of specialty stuff in there. It's not restaurant related, but if you're cooking, there's the grills and the cast iron pots and stuff. So they do a good job in Thibodaux and St. Patrick Highway. All right, you up next. Right. You have the fun one.
All right. There's a Buc-ee's coming to Homa, Louisiana.
Where might that be, Clint?
Well, if you search in Google, the AI summary says, yes, it's true.
Of course, AI is right.
What's hilarious about it is that there's a comedian that has they've got an account on Facebook called Terrebonne Parish Department of Memes, and they've been sharing a meme that Buc-ee's is coming to Homa, and apparently it's gotten so much traction and people believing it that now AI thinks it's true, and I just find that hilarious.
Right.
Homa does not have the population or the through traffic to support a Buc-ee's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it. This is a billions of dollar a year company where the locations, make millions of dollars a day. And we don't have that much traffic through
Right.
this area. They're looking for interstates with massive traffic. And while I would love to have one in the area, and hell, just having one would generate its own traffic just by being here.
Right. I've never been to a Buc-ee's that you did not have a traffic jam.
Exactly. It's say that one is a false rumor, regardless of what Google's search as AI summary says.
Yeah. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. All right, I'm gonna skip one and let you take that one after Clint. But here's a good one. All Terrebonne Parish bridges will be operational next week. They didn't say which week. They said next week. We're not gonna leave you hanging. The answer to that is no. Unfortunately, and I'm poking fun. We actually talked about that and added it to the list. Terrebonne Parish bridges are going to be finished when they're finished. Jason Bergeron, the parish president in Terrebonne, has been updating people, and some people are not liking what he's saying, but I think he's being honest on how long it'll take to make the repairs. They're DOTD bridges, not Terrebonne Parish or Homa bridges. So just keep up the pressure on senators, state reps, and the governor and get that done.
Get it taken care of.
So
Jason doesn't have control, but he can be the squeaky wheel, and that's what he's doing.
Right. So that rumor is false.
Yeah. All right, our last rumor. They're adding a sidewalk to Highway 316 or Bayou Blue Road because they're staking out along the side of the road and it's big enough to put a sidewalk. I would venture to say that is false because in the plans that were presented by by our state rep for the area and everything, it's milling, grading, and drainage and resurfacing. So what I suspect is going to happen to make the road safer, because every time anybody that drives that road, they know that if you're driving down the road, there's always somebody in dark clothes riding a bicycle at night on the 12 inches of shoulder that they have between the edge of the road and the ditch. So I suspect what they're going to do is shift the road so that they've got sufficient shoulder on each side of the road for people to be able to ride bikes and things like that. And so that's why they're staking out 4 foot over on the canal side so that they can do that.
So on the Terrebonne side or Lafourche side?
Terrebonne side.
Okay. All right. So you saying that's false?
I would say that's false, even though a bunch of people say, yeah, that's what they're doing. They're putting it. I saw somebody say it on Facebook that they're putting in sidewalks.
Well, it must be true.
Well, and it's because they put in sidewalks by the schools on the other side of Highway 182 for the people that lived in the area to be able to walk to school.
And they put sidewalks, it feels like from Gray into Shriever near the Colonel's Truck Plaza, all along West Park Avenue a couple of years ago. And there's an outside chance that could be true, but you're probably right. It's probably more for drainage and widening the road.
Yeah. So. Well, they put sidewalks between Homa and Morgan City on Highway 90.
That's a long walk. It's a long walk. So, all right. Well, look,
that wraps up our rampant rumors.
It's been fun. If you get some enjoyment and information out of it, give us a like, share, comment.
Where can they do that, Ben?
They can do that at RRERealestatePodcast.com. And I just lost my monitor. And you can get to the audio, the videos on YouTube, and all wherever you get your podcasts, we should be there. So we having fun. We enjoy what we do. We like to do the videos. At least I do. Clint's more into the audio, but I think the content is good. It's worthwhile. So I think that's it for today, Clint. Got another one.
All right. Another one in the can, Ben.
All right. Have a good one. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
While we may discuss topics such as lending, interest rates, title law, real estate law, and appraisals in addition to real estate sales and transactions, please remember that we are only trained and licensed as real estate salespeople in Louisiana. The information shared on this podcast is for general purposes only and should not be taken as legal or financial advice. We may be agents, but unless we have signed paperwork stating otherwise, we are not your agents.